You just gotta know.
You ever feel like life just coming at you a million miles an hour?
You just gotta know.
You just gotta know. Somebody's holding it all together. Life is like an elevator, a lot of ups and downs. People pushing your buttons and getting jerked around. I used to lurk around town.
Hi, I'm Fiona McDonald, and today we're finding out what chemistry means to the average Australian. How would you describe chemistry?
Like test tubes?
I'm not a very big science fan, so I don't really know any much about it.
No idea. Chemistry.
I would say some sort of chemical compound.
Chemistry is a science of the elements of our universe.
Interaction of two things.
What's that table? You know, the table there.
Table elements? What's
The periodic table.
Periodic table.
Chemistry you can define in a relationship, chemistry in a scientific way. That's it.
Yeah, what is chemistry?
It's a love between guys and girls.
Chemistry is animal attraction.
The feeling you have in your stomach.
Yeah, someone that makes you want them, I guess.
Immediately drawn to them, and you feel you just want to be around them.
Well, I think of it like chemistry between a boy and girl, like just that special thing that you can't explain. And then I'd also just think about chemistry at school, where I had to try and memorise like iron and copper and Bunsen burners.
According to you guys, chemistry is more about love than science, but don't forget that without science, there is no love, because it's all hormones, baby.
All right, so you're in chemistry class and you're wondering, what am I going to be learning? Well, chemistry is the study of matter and the changes it undergoes. But that's kind of broad. So chemistry actually is brought into 5 different branches. The first branch that we're going to talk about is organic chemistry. And organic chemistry is anything dealing with carbon atoms. So anything bonding with carbon, and it has a whole branch of it. So we're dealing with plastics, dealing with pharmaceuticals. Anything that falls under that will be falling under organic chemistry, and that's a whole other course on its own. Inorganic chemistry is actually what you're going to be learning in class this year. Inorganic chemistry is dealing with metals, anything non-carbon based. So that's why it's called inorganic. So dealing with metals, dealing with minerals, dealing with salts, dealing with solutions. Those things are dealing with inorganic chemistry, non-carbon based chemistry. Then it's even broken down further into physical chemistry. And physical chemistry is where you bring in physics and chemistry together, talking about nuclear chemistry, talking about the different ways that they actually interact with other substances. Actually, physical chemistry is a mixture of physics, like within the FDA, how to do measure percentages within solutions, contamination, dealing with environmental things like that. And biochemistry is the last of the 5 branches, and that's dealing with a lot of medicinal things, dealing with metabolism, fermentation, how the chemistry deals with biology. So this is how chemistry is a sister with another science of biology. So chemistry is actually what we call is like the sister, the middle child of all the 3 sciences. We have biology and how chemistry deals with that, and we have physics and how chemistry deals with that. And chemistry actually encompasses all the sciences into one.
This morning in Health Watch, prescription sleeping pill risks. The Food and Drug Administration reports that Ambien, Halcion, Lunesta, and 10 other medications have side effects that can be very dangerous. And our Dr. Emily Sine is here with details. Good morning.
Good morning, Harry.
What kind of side effects are we talking about here?
Right. Well, the FDA wants the manufacturers to beef up the warning label on the packaging and also to create patient education information that would be given to patients about 2 major side effects. The first is an allergic reaction. Now, this is rare, but this would be an allergic reaction. Sometimes people's face can swell. It can be very dangerous, even fatal. It can happen the first time that someone takes these medications or anytime thereafter. But again, this is rare. The
It's
second
certainly something
one,
to be aware of. Okay.
absolutely. The second one is the one that's gotten so much attention. This is called complex sleep-related behaviors, the most famous of which, of course, is sleep driving. People who take these medications drive their cars and often have no memory surrounding that. But it's not only sleep driving, less dangerous behaviors. Some people have painted doors at night, not realizing what they were doing, waking up the next morning, finding out that there's wrappers all around their bed, having eaten food, and again, having no memory surrounding the event.
How widespread is this, though?
Well, you know, that's one of the problems. There are no clear statistics exactly on how big of a problem this is, but what you have to keep in mind is that millions of people are taking these medications, and even rare side effects, when it starts to be used in millions of people, can actually become, you start to hear about them even more.
Well, this whole thing, use only as directed.
Absolutely.
And that seems to be a real source of the problem.
Let's talk about that. You have to set aside 7 to 8 hours of sleep. Taking these medications and not giving yourself time for the medications to pass through the body is a huge problem. A lot of people take them, they don't feel anything, so they take another one. Don't add to the prescribed dose. If it's not working, tell your doctor. It may mean that you want to switch to a different medication rather than increasing the dose that you're on. You've got to be aware of drug interactions, particularly if you're taking another medication that might make you drowsy or might act as a sedative.
And some of them don't interact particularly well either.
They don't act well, and there's one more thing that a lot of people are doing. In fact, they're saying that some of these cases are probably the result of this, which is combining these medications with alcohol. That's a big no-no. They already list that on the packaging insert. However, they're going to beef up warnings about that. So using them correctly could reduce the risk of all these rare side effects.
Now, is the FDA saying stay away from these things, or just...
Right. They're not saying stay away from these medications. Used correctly under the supervision of a doctor, being aware about the complications that can occur with alcohol and other medications is very important. Very often people see more than one doctor. If you're seeing more than one doctor, make sure all your doctors know the medications are on.
An insecticide that's used on crops may affect children's brain development. You may not know the name chlorpyrifos, but you've probably encountered it. In a new study, researchers take a close look at this insecticide, which is also called CPF. Though it was banned for home use more than a decade ago, farmers still rely on it heavily. The researchers included 20 grade school children who'd been exposed to higher levels of the insecticide during pregnancy. They compared them to 20 kids who had been exposed to less of the insecticide before they were born. All were given IQ tests and had images of their brains taken using MRI. Higher levels of CPF during pregnancy had an effect on the children's brain structure. These differences affected parts of the brain responsible for attention, language, social behavior, and other important skills. The insecticide was also linked to lower IQ. According to the researchers, many people may have levels of CPF in their blood that are even higher than what they found in their study. Women and children who live in farming communities may encounter this insecticide around them. CPF can also get into people's bodies when they eat fruits and vegetables covered with traces of the insecticide. To lessen this exposure, wash your fruits and veggies well. I'm Dr. Cindy Haynes of Health Day TV with health information for healthier living.
You must have lye, or what is known as sodium hydroxide, to make soap. Lye is a caustic alkaline solution and must be treated with respect and handled very carefully. Before the modern manufacturing of lye, it was made by burning particular hardwoods at very high temperatures to make white ashes. Then, water mixed with baking soda was used to penetrate the ashes and remove the lye. The ashes were then filtered out, and the lye water was used to mix with animal fats for a strong and crude soap. Nowadays, lye can be purchased in beads or flakes. Most soapers find that they enjoy using the flake form of lye since it dissolves the easiest. Lye should always be handled in a well-ventilated area with gloved hands. Properly mixed with water, lye forms a chemical reaction with the fatty acids to begin the process of saponification. There are a variety of fats that can be used to make your soap with. Some soap makers use animal fats, but many have found these soaps to be drying to the skin or irritating to problem skin conditions. Our method of soap making involves using only vegetable-derived fats or oils. It is universally known that different oils impart different properties to your final soap product. Olive oil is very conditioning and gives a creamy lather. Coconut oil is very cleansing and gives a very bubbly lather. Other fats like shea butter or cocoa butter impart moisturizing elements to the final soap. Each oil has a different saponification value. This means that different oils require different amounts of lye in order to saponify.
Plastic is everywhere.
People do not realize that we are living in a plastic society where everything is done from plastic. From the fabrics of our clothing, to our glasses, to our watches, to the cars that we're driving.
Most plastic today is oil-based. Not only does it use 10% of our oil supply, it increases global warming and can take more than 1,000 years to degrade.
Plastics are everywhere. They're in landfills, they're in the ocean, they're floating around.
But corn can change all that. Plastic made from corn is different. It's biodegradable, carbon neutral, renewable, and even edible.
Are you looking for a birth control method with a long history of helping women prevent pregnancy? The pill is the most common form of reversible birth control in the United States. It's a safe, easy-to-take daily medication that has been around for more than 40 years. Just one a day, and the pill's got you covered. Fewer than 1 in 100 women will get pregnant each year if they take the pill every day as directed. Looking for birth control you can count on but don't have to think about every day. You might want to consider Depo-Provera, the birth control shot. The shot prevents pregnancy for 12 weeks. That's about 3 whole months of not having to worry about getting pregnant. How does it work? Well, the shot contains a hormone. It prevents your body from releasing an egg. It also thickens the mucus of your cervix to make it harder for sperm to enter your uterus.
That's all, folks.
So long, farewell to you, my friends. Goodbye for now, until we meet again. I say so long.